Israeli troops rehearse another war with Hezbollah. These exercises, the largest in 19 years, took place in September. 2 months on, some are wondering whether Lebanon's political crisis might set the stage for the real thing.
I have great concerns over the developments in the Middle East. The fact that the Prime Minister has fled to another country will obviously lead to destabilisation in Lebanon, and there were already several areas of instability.
Behind those fears are the extraordinary events of the last 10 days, which have seen the Lebanese Prime Minister Saad Hariri summoned to Saudi Arabia and announce his resignation, and the leader of Hezbollah accused the Saudis of declaring war. The Israeli media have been full of speculation about the intentions of the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. One theory is that he's trying to destabilize Lebanon in order to spark a war in which Israel would defeat Hezbollah and deal a blow to their common enemy, Iran. Even if that theory were correct, there's little sense among analysts here that Israel would at the moment be willing to play along. It would certainly be an enormous test at an early stage of the recent warming in relations between Saudi Arabia and Israel. Not least because since the last Lebanon war in 2006, Hezbollah's soldiers have been battle-hardened in Syria, and its missile arsenal has swelled in size, range and destructive power. On the Israeli side, Defense Minister Avigdor Lieberman has repeatedly this year promised that in any future conflict, Israel would seek a decisive, clear victory, all of which would risk a larger-scale conflict than 11 years ago.
Just because both sides have incentives not to go to war doesn't mean they're not going to go to war. All it takes is one miscalculation of, from one side that the other responds to, and then there's a response to the response, and back and forth, and all of a sudden you're fighting a war that you didn't want.
Hariri gave a TV interview on Sunday, raising the prospect of his return to Lebanon and even to office if his uneasy partners in power, Hezbollah, stopped intervening in the war in Yemen. A sign at least of a potential de-escalation in a crisis being watched intently from Israel. Harry Fawcett, Al Jazeera, West Jerusalem.